Okay, so today we're looking at substituting with positive and negative numbers. This is very similar to what we looked at in 8.4 with substituting numbers, but now we just have some negative numbers as well. So the first thing you need to know is that a plus and a plus make a positive. A negative and a negative, they also make a positive. Positive and a negative make a negative, and a negative and a positive also make a negative. So if the signs are the same, then it's positive. If they're different, then it's negative. So that's, for example, if you've got 3 minus negative 2, that becomes a negative and a negative makes a positive. So you get 3 plus 2, which is 5. So we'll start with a substitution example. And that is 2 minus a, and we know that a equals negative 3. All we have to do is substitute a equals negative 3 into the expression above. So we have 2 minus, and a is negative 3. So then we get 2 minus negative 3. So the negative and the negative make a positive, which of course equals 5. Try another one. We have negative 3 multiplied by 1 plus x. And we know that x equals negative 2. So all you have to do is substitute negative 2 in where the x is. So we get negative 3 multiplied by 1 plus, and x is negative 2, so we put in a negative 2. Now the plus and the minus, they make a minus. So we get 1 minus 2. BIDMAS says that we have to do our brackets first. So 1 minus 2 is negative 1. And with our brackets, it's actually multiplication. So we're doing negative 3 multiplied by negative 1. 3 times 1 is 3, and the two negatives make a positive. So we get positive 3. One last example. A divided by 6 plus 3 times b. And we know that a equals negative 12 and b equals negative 1. All we have to do is, just as we've seen before, substitute in the negative 12 and the negative 1 into our above expression. So a equals negative 12, and that is divided by 6, plus 3 times, because between the 3 and the b is a multiplication sign, b is negative 1. Our BIDMAS tells us that we have to do the division and the multiplication first. So negative 12 divided by 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2, and the negative and the positive make it a negative. And the 3 multiplied by negative 1. The positive and the negative make it a negative 3. That plus and minus in the middle becomes a minus, so we get negative 2 minus 3. And negative 2 minus 3 gives us negative 5.